Welcome back to Trail Talk. Today we are doing another modification, Eric.
Okay.
More so we've done a lot of storage solutions, haven't we?
On this vehicle.
On this vehicle, on the ATV, we have this adventure rack with the laser cut molly. We did interior stuff. We showed a bed extender. Now though,
What's all this? There you go.
RHINO rack.
Nice.
Boom. Very popular in the Jeep world, in the 4Runner world, in tons of different worlds, on huge overlanding vehicles, on camping rigs, whatever it might be. Have you heard of RHINO rack, Eric?
Yes. Yeah.
Boom. RHINO rack has partnered with Polaris. We're a few videos late because we have to get this stuff and then film it. Then we have other stuff we've already filmed, Eric. But we wanted to showcase the brand new RHINO rack, which is so sick. And like, does it go, now we don't know what we do. Do we replace this? Do we not? It's all lock and ride, so we can use it for different things.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that. We'll need your help in the comments. But today what we're gonna do, Eric, we're gonna put it together. We're gonna see what kind of the situation is. How does it compare? Not exactly sure how it's gonna go quite yet, but we are gonna show you the ins and outs of the RHINO rack. Literally, I think the whole thing installs with the Torx.
Nice.
One singular everything. So I have the rack laid out. As all roof racks come, or in this case, it's a bed rack. It's gonna go on the bed, right? Okay. Not on the roof, but the bed. They always package them in these long, you get so excited, you're like, oh, my roof rack's coming, and then you're like, is that it? A bunch of pool noodles, or? It's like the longest box ever because of how everything gets packaged. My Prinzu rack on my 4Runner, equally the longest box ever. Because they all come separate and like laid out like so.
Okay.
So what I've done here is I've taken all the pieces out. Let me just put this back. And I laid it out upside down, Eric, to kind of mock up what we're gonna see. And literally, whoops, did I start pre-assembling? Don't worry about it. What we have here, come over on this side, all of these pre-fit threaded implements, because I don't know what a better name would be. Okay. Literally just bolts going through. There are set positions for these crossbars. And then when we flip it back over, you'll see the entire rail system that is so cool about RHINO rack. Cool?
Yes.
So literally, this is like how you put it together. The only addition is there's these corner pieces. Didn't I pre-assemble one? I have one fixed in. They're pre-assembled by me. They don't come pre-assembled. You have these two parts that fit together. One little screw, nut, whatever, bolt goes in here and holds this on. And then this, if you look here, interfaces with this. So now I can screw it in.
Oh, yeah.
And then this, kind of wiggle and jiggle it.
Dang, that's pretty simple.
Fits right together.
Sure.
Cool. So let me do a smidgen more, well, now it's no longer pre-assembly because we've begun. Let me assemble some more. I'm gonna get the corners done and in, and then not actually like tighten, but just in, and then we're gonna start tightening some stuff up. Okay, Eric?
Got it.
This is actually like possibly the easiest install. The front windshield is the easiest install we've done. It's 5 seconds, but come back in a second here.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Eric,
Yeah.
I got all the corners in to set up the frame.
Oh, okay, nice.
And now I have the screws in the two holes that hold these side rails to the end rails and also hold the corner in.
Nice.
So it's a threefer.
It's a threefer.
Thank you. Also, these, I'm gonna call it like a set screw type of thing almost, for the two pieces on the ends also are all tightened. So now we have this whole system here, meaning like the outer rail, and we literally just have now these cross beams, cross members, whatever. Again, they have screwed in threaded implements. So now you just screw these all in.
Pretty easy.
Literally so easy. Dude, I'm so excited for this. I've never had a RHINO rack. A lot of the YouTubers who I watch, this is their rack of choice, especially those in the Jeep world. And so I'm stoked to be using some RHINO rack product. I'm stoked that we partnered with them. I wonder if we might do more stuff in the future. But I'm just so excited. Like, literally, we have Max Trax mounting solutions over here. We have like shovel holders, a high lift thing. I'm not a big high lift person, but oh my gosh, we got some cool stuff coming. Okay, enough excitement. Let me finish doing this, and then we'll get to what the final rack is starting to look like here. This is one of those installs. We're literally in a garage. All of the toolboxes are locked.
They are.
So it's like
It's a TV set, fake.
I would.
You got your tool roll though. That's
No, I think we have the tool roll again. I think the people who like keep their tools here smartly lock the boxes so that like scavengers like us
yes, for sure.
can't take and mess up their tools. I would love to have a Torx head on a driver right now, but such is life. So now, after loose tightening everything, you can see, check this out, whole rack's together.
Yeah, nice.
Sticker. We have the rail system here. So basically, come on in tight. You've got these ports or larger orifices, Eric,
Got it.
where you can enter things in, and then you push them in, right? You slide them down the channel where it's narrower, usually a T slot, and then you can tighten stuff and kind of put it wherever you want on here. I'll show you with some of the accessories. But you have that on every single, right, rail. So you can deck this thing out and slide stuff. Again, we'll show you. And also, super light.
Is it aluminum?
Oh yeah. We're attaching the uprights to the rack.
Okay.
Also, check, can you get the upside down sick RHINO rack badge?
Oh yeah. We'll get that when we get it installed too. That looks nice.
So these uprights, hold the rack up for a specific reason, like maybe fitting a cooler underneath still.
Okay.
And then now we're gonna eventually, in a second, put the lock and ride pins in here.
Sure.
But we're putting the uprights in, and so basically we feed these screws through the rail, and they lock straight in. And then beneath here, you can obviously see the upright. And then the coolest part, they have these brace plates on all of the legs, so they're basically triangulated with like the force or something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It kind of didn't make sense.
Like support.
It's like another shear plate, basically. So there's a bracing this way and now also this way. And the way this works is kind of like how you would add accessories later on. You add these little channel slots in the channel slots, these threaded like aluminum cubes, screws into this and then into here. And they add this tool that is a torque wrench for 6 Newton meters. So literally, I already did this one here.
That's it?
Exact torque. How sick. So, and if you look here, this is like the finished, boom, just another shear plate. We literally are like, had to go find these brackets because they, of course, as you've seen in the back of the 4Runner, we carry everything over loose. Don't recommend that. And so we had to go back and get these, Eric, didn't we?
Yeah, someone did.
Someone did. All right, the whole rack is now ready for lock and ride pins. Keep the little plastic washer on top because it has to cam against that. Go through everything. Dude, we are so close.
It's just that times 4.
This times 4, I'm just gonna set those. Boop. So, sometimes I like to just give them a smack and a wiggle. So those are in. I actually kind of like on here the dropouts, drop down pieces, the brackets. Cover the lock and ride piece. So it's like tucked.
Yeah, it protects it from snagging maybe.
Snagging protection, and it's just out of the way.
Looks clean.
That side's good. Dude, this is kind of sick actually.
Yeah, that looks nice.
This is flat, obviously flat, but like flat at the bottom of the windshield, or rear panel, sorry. Also, this was designed, this will fit Yeti coolers, it'll fit our own cooler, but designed for a cooler to still fit under here.
Nice.
If we look over here, these require 2 holes on both sides. You could also move these out one if you wanted to run a different thing in the last slot.
Okay.
And then, or the whole back row, and then keep this out a little more if you wanted to.
Sure. That's pretty slick.
Different options. And you'll notice this is the configuration for being perfectly close, not flush because of vibrations and stuff, but perfectly close.
And you can still dump the box.
We still dump the box.
Nice.
Why don't we? Boom. So we have these huge rectangular slots where I could now lift this out.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Or place it wherever I want. And I think the one trick here, I think I may want these. So do I use all of this? That seems like a lot. Oh, dude. And the tightest direction is in line. Now we got 2 tie-downs in the rear. That quickly.
Yeah, that's nice.
We also have, these are a little bit different, and I'm not going to necessarily install like literally everything we have, but check this out from RHINO Rack, right? Boop. A ratcheting system, right?
Yeah, that's nice.
You can choose, and it locks. Keys are right here. You have these different pieces that you can legit screw through. And we could put these somewhere. So this slot could go in here. And then we can screw through the bottom of this.
Just like the rings.
Yep, just like the rings, except we don't have, the ring itself is on a stud. This will take just a little bit of, there we go. So when that comes through the bottom, I'm not actually gonna attach all these, but we could attach these. Now in the back, we could have a shovel go across.
That's cool.
Right? If I had this here, now I'm on your other side.
Yep.
We could go here, shovel across,
Sure.
right? Or this is, I think, the multi-use, basically like clamp, anything round,
Okay.
you know? Anything that you can think of, just ratchets, different tightness.
And inside there, it's like rubbery, right? For grippies.
The inside's rubber at the bottom and ribbed dripping, rubber at the top, and then these rubber kind of like added filler things to fill the gaps in. Super cool. You would probably put the locks on the outside, of course.
That's great.
So let me take that off. What else do we have back here? This is the high lift jack option. So these again could fit in here, slide down, except I'd have to disassemble them. But then on this setup, now I'm not a fan of high lift jacks, Eric.
Why is that?
I'll tell you in 1 second. So this opens and clamps. I'm sure you could also clamp other stuff in here, but the reason it's a high lift jack mount is because this peg, if you will, or stud, goes through the high lift jack handle and also holds it shut. And then obviously there's room over here for the like actuator lever.
Okay.
So you could hold a jack across this whole thing. Also, you can tell they're different sizes because this holds the narrower top, this holds the fatter base. So you could have these on here. The reason I wouldn't use them for a high lift and or probably use a high lift in general is because high lifts are quite heavy. They are also not my preferred. We'll do a off-road trail like repair jacking video at some point. They're not my preferred jack off-road. I like bottle jacks. I don't like doing the side rail, the rock slider, high lift mount point. I don't like doing it on the front. They're not super usable. They're not the most safe in my opinion, and they're heavy. The one thing they are awesome for, which I actually use more on the Forerunner side of things before I had a winch, was as a come along for winching. But most side-by-sides have winches, which are also lighter. Last things here, we have the,
What's this?
the Max Tracks, dude. And or traction boards, but just like Kleenex, Max Tracks is taken over. So these get a little bit crazy, so I'm not gonna totally put these all on, but you have these knobs here. Notice there's knobs that go on top. Let me get you an upright. See this?
Oh yeah.
So this bottom part fits in the rail, and then the knobs go through an entire stack of 4. All 4, or you can run 2. So these, again, and they have options even to put other stuff out here too, but mount anywhere. You could carry tracks across this.
Cool.
We are going to be carrying tracks,
I can't wait.
Eric. So we will put these on in our own time. And the last thing here is corner brackets, okay? So, I mean, frick, why don't we just open these? We've opened everything already. So there's 4 of these corner brackets in here, all that have the T-slots again. And you can use them wide, super wide, and hold like boxes here.
Okay.
And still tie down the box, but also just prevent the box from shifting.
Sure.
So you'd have 4 of these, obviously. Here, 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 and you could hold something. Not something that I plan to use a whole lot, but those are the options. I love the traction mount, and I love the universal tool holder mount. Probably will use them both, almost. Oh, and these are here. And I love the eyelets.
Yeah,
I love these, because you need these sort of like down below to tie stuff down in whatever fashion. You could have these up here. These right here, traction boards, shovel.
Love it.
Trail building,
Yeah.
mountain biking,
Underneath you have your cooler.
snow, yep, cooler, more stuff beneath. So, that is the RHINO rack. We have covered everything, Eric.
Yeah.
And let's just take a step back here. Not that this matters, but looks matter a little. How does it look?
I like it.
I do like it. And it reminds me a lot of like an overlanding Jeep, in all honesty, because of that's what RHINO rack does. And I like that it's less than half the weight of this rack right here.
Right.
RHINO rack, obviously an awesome name. Make your own decision, right? But I think we're gonna go with this, Eric.
Okay.
I like how not heavy it is. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. If you're liking these videos and you've watched this far, like the video, right? Takes a second, takes less than a second. If you're really feeling it, click the notification bell button. And if you're liking most of the videos, I'm sure you've got a dud in there somewhere. If you're liking most of the videos, click the subscribe button. And then it'll tell you when another one comes out. Every Wednesday, by the way, we're shooting for. I don't think we've really missed, we haven't missed a week.
Maybe one.
We had one Thursday in there. But like the video, subscribe, whatever, do it or don't, only if we've earned it. Leave a comment if you have something you'd like to see. Last thing, guys, remember, this stuff is super cool. RHINO rack's cool, but it's not cool if you don't ride. So go out and ride, and come on back for the next episode of Trail Talk. We'll see you next time.